Hello, I'm U.S. Senator Rob Portman from Ohio. On behalf of my wife Jane, myself, and the tens of thousands of Ukrainian Americans living in my home state of Ohio, it is my great privilege to address all of you at the Summit of First Ladies and Gentlemen. Slava Ukraini! Yes, Heroyam Slava. The theme of this summit, to honor the heroes, the patriotic women of Ukraine who have borne so much of the devastation and pain of Russia's brutal invasion. To Ukraine's First Lady, Olena Zelenska, thank you for all you do to help the people of Ukraine deal with the unthinkable trauma and for your powerful words before Congress this week. It was an honor to meet you. The bravery of the women of Ukraine in the face of tyranny and their resilience in the wake of unrelenting missile attacks has been an inspiration to the people of America and to people all over the world. As I have done every single week the Senate has been in session since this war started, I spoke on the Senate floor this week to remind the American people of what is at stake in this war. As I said in my speech, you have been a passionate advocate for the rights of innocent Ukrainian citizens who have been killed and wounded by the ruthless, illegal, and barbaric attacks from Vladimir Putin's war machine. I'm not sure how many of you know, but I am grateful you have started your own initiative to address the mental health impacts of this terrible war and help the Ukrainian people with the trauma they are experiencing. In my speeches, I highlight for the American people the atrocities that Russia is committing against the innocent people of Ukraine. This week, I spoke about little Liza Dmitrieva, an innocent 4-year-old girl who was killed in Vinnytsia, far from the line of combat, by a Russian missile strike on her way to speech therapy with her mother. By now, many around the world have seen the tragic images from Liza's funeral. In addition to Liza, 24 other people were killed that day, including 2 boys who were 7 and 8. We join with the people of Ukraine in expressing our deep sorrow at the tragic loss of innocent life. It is just one example of lives lost way too soon. We all also remember the brave Ukrainian grandmother who, on the second day of Russia's war, confronted an invading Russian soldier and offered him sunflower seeds so that something beautiful would grow on his grave when he was killed. That act of defiance inspired her country and the world, and now the image of a sunflower in bloom is a well-known symbol for Ukrainian victory. There is much more to be done. The United States is sending Ukraine the weapons that it needs, but we need to send more. The HIMARS, or High Mobility Artillery rocket systems we are sending, are so effective that the Russians are now targeting their locations. We must send more. Many of us pushed very hard to get these to Ukraine, but they arrived too late in my view, and they're not enough in the country yet. This is so important because these missile systems are helping Ukraine win this war to prevent further suffering of innocent civilians. We need to do more with other weapons as well, including helping with regard to jets and anti-aircraft systems. Along with senators from both sides of the aisle, I will continue to urge the administration to do just that. One strong Ukrainian woman is Oksana Makarova, Ukraine's ambassador here in the United States. She is an effective advocate for her country here in Washington. This war has caused tremendous damage, but it's the women, the mothers, sisters, daughters, and nieces of Ukraine who continue to be the glue that holds Ukraine together. This is so important in the bitter time of war. Earlier we talked about Liza, the 4-year-old girl who lost her life in the Russian bombing attack. At Liza's funeral, Orthodox priest Vitaly Holoskovich said this, quote, "We know that evil cannot win." Maybe that should be our motto today. Evil cannot win. This is a struggle between freedom and democracy and the right of self-determination on the one hand, and evil on the other hand. Now is not the time to be tentative or equivocal. The United States and our allies must stand with Ukraine, and we must do so until the end. It is truly an honor to address you today, and I look forward to our continued work to defend the people of Ukraine and Ukrainian democracy. Slava Ukraini!